Right then, shall we start? Now then, I'm going to read from a report. Nice, long scientific report. And let's hope I don't go to sleep while I'm reading it for you. Right, yes, let's get it in a place where I can see it. Right, this is a animal agriculture is leading the cause of climate change. The white paper. Right, the white paper. In this paper, we present the results of Global Sensitivity Analysis, or GSA for short, proving that animal agriculture is the leading cause of climate change, responsible for 87% of greenhouse gas emissions. The burning of fossil fuels is currently the leading source of human-made carbon dioxide, CO2 emissions. However, climate change is caused by cumulative human-made greenhouse gas and aerosol emissions, and not just the current CO2 emissions alone. While humans have been burning fossil fuels for as little over 200 years, we have been burning down forests for animal agriculture for well over 8,000 years. For the GSA analysis, we use factual data from the fifth assessment report, AR5, of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or the IPCC, and other peer-reviewed scientific sources. We show that we need to transition to a global plant-based economy first, and that blindly eliminating fossil fuel usage first will accelerate the warming of the planet. We show that the annual methane emissions from animal agriculture alone causes more incremental global warming than the annual CO2 emissions from all fossil fuel sources combined. We further show that the transition to a global plant-based economy has the potential to sequester over 2,000 gigatons (GT) of CO2 in regenerating soils and vegetation, returning atmospheric greenhouse gas levels to the safe zone of under 350 parts per million of CO2 equivalent, while restoring the biodiversity of the planet and healing its climate. The paper clearly illustrates why the scientific community, intergovernment institutions, corporations, and news media, who vastly underestimate the role of animal agriculture and focus primarily on reducing fossil fuel use, need to urgently change their priorities in order to be effective. The burning of fossil fuels is undoubtedly the leading source of human-made carbon dioxide, CO2, emissions today. CO2 is the most powerful human-made greenhouse gas in terms of its radiative forcing, which is the average energy trapped by the greenhouse gas per unit time per unit area of the Earth's surface, typically measured relative to the base year 1750. In the absence of active reforestation efforts, CO2 is a long-lived greenhouse gas, as it persists in the atmosphere for tens of thousands of years. The fifth assessment report of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change estimates the main radiative forcing of human-made CO2 to be 1.68 watts per square meter. The next most powerful human-made greenhouse gas, methane, with a mean radiative forcing of 0.97 watts per square meter, lingers in the atmosphere for an average of 10 to 12 years before it reacts with oxygen-free radicals and also converts into CO2. As it is tempting to conclude that a single-minded focus on the reduction of fossil fuel burning to minimize future human-made CO2 emissions is the best strategy to address climate change. Indeed, the global scientific community, government, institutions, corporations, and news media have adopted this strategy without questioning. They have also unquestionably accepted the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization estimate that the life cycle emissions of the animal in agriculture industry sector is a mere 14.5% of global human-made greenhouse gas emissions, which justifies their urgency of reducing fossil fuel burning over dealing with the animal agriculture sector. I'm going to leave it at that for now. That's a bit long. I need to rest. I've left it for a long day today. Okay.